getting to the bottom of it. That is the subject of this evening's Talking Points memo. As you may know, President Obama always looks very concerned when things go wrong in his administration. Whether it be Fast and Furious, the IRS, Benghazi, Obamacare, he pledges to get to the bottom of it.
I can tell you that if you've got the IRS operating in anything less than a neutral and nonpartisan way, then that is outrageous. It is contrary to our traditions, and people have to be held accountable, and it's got to be fixed.
And when it comes to this issue, when I say that we are going to find out exactly what happened, everybody will be held accountable.
We assigned a Inspector General to do a thorough report that was just issued, confirming that, in fact, Eric Holder did not know about this, that he took prompt action, and the people who did initiate this were held accountable.
Nobody's madder than me about the fact that the website isn't working as well as it should, which means it's going to get fixed.
So let me ask you, the intelligent American citizen, a question. Do you believe the president is fixing problems? Do you believe people are being held accountable? Talking Points does not. Why did hundreds of guns go to Mexico? And why did Attorney General Holder not know about it? He didn't know about the ill-conceived undercover program? We don't know why he didn't know. Who was responsible for the lax security in Libya? And what was discussed at the White House meeting the day before the American ambassador was murdered? We don't know. Who in the White House was involved with the IRS unfairly scrutinizing conservatives? Don't know. And who exactly in the Obama administration failed to properly supervise the rollout of Obamacare? Again, Talking Points does not know. Now, maybe I'm dim, unable to see how federal people who make mistakes are being held accountable. Maybe my staff missed it. Maybe I simply do not understand what getting to the bottom of things really is. Or maybe I understand too well that the White House will not own up to the Obamacare chaos or anything else.
Is Secretary Sebelius the responsible party? Is she the quarterback for these mistakes? I understand contractors made mistakes, but ultimately, is the HHS Secretary responsible? Is the President responsible? Who in this administration is responsible?
Well, the President spoke very clearly from the Rose Garden about the fact that he is wholly unsatisfied with the...
But is he responsible?
Look, this is I've said, this is on us, and that goes from the President on down.
Not enough, Jay, not enough. We the people need to know exactly how the government could screw up this badly when almost $1 billion or more, I think it was more than $1 billion, was spent in the run-up. Now, today on Capitol Hill, the House Committee on Energy and Commerce held a hearing on accountability about the Obamacare rollout. As we all know, despite close to $1 billion, there you go, $1 billion taxpayer dollars in upfront investment, the computers don't work, and the rollout is a disaster.
How can the administration punish innocent Americans by forcing them to buy from a system that does not work and whose rollout has been nothing short of a disaster?
If we want this law to work, we've got to make it right, we've got to fix it, not what the Republicans have been trying to do, nix it and repeal it.
So when Speaker Pelosi then said, we've got to pass the bill before we know what's in it, we're finding out. We're finding out a flawed tech system that's a mockery.
So once again, here we have my Republican colleagues trying to scare everybody.
Will the gentleman yield?
No, I will not yield to this monkey court or whatever this thing
is.
is.
This is not a monkey court.
By the way, monkeys all over the world are horrified they're being dragged into this debate. It is clear President Obama well understands that he can say a whole bunch of stuff, but doesn't really have to act on any of it. While confrontational people, like me, for example, burn when things go wrong, Mr. Obama is much more passive about incompetence. He seems unwilling to demand standards of performance. And you know why he gets away with it? You know why he gets away with it? Because many Americans, perhaps most, really don't care how their country's being run. The only time they do pay attention is when they are directly affected. So American guns flown into Mexico, it doesn't really affect them. Neither does the assassination of 4 Americans in Libya. Neither do illegal actions by the IRS. But on Obamacare, the story might be different, because millions of Americans are having their health insurance canceled, and millions of us will have to pay a lot more in order to protect our health. Once that dawns on the folks, maybe Mr. Obama will begin to take some problem-solving action. Because without public pressure, no one's going to be held accountable and nothing is going to be revealed. The Obama administration simply floats above it all, and a generally hapless media does not demand answers. And when on the rare occasion it does, the press is accused of being unfair, ideological, or just plain dumb. There comes a point in history when people get what they deserve. President Obama was elected twice, even though most problems besetting the country, including the soft economy, have not improved. The president was not elected on performance. He was elected on personality and apathy. Low information voters, though, who don't know anything and really couldn't care less about their country, broke heavily for the president. Why? Because they like him. He's a likable guy. And ironically, those voters are now being held accountable as Obamacare descends into chaos.